What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 176. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how are you doing?
What's up? Doing good, doing good. We've taken some weeks off here and there. It's
This is like I
summertime.
think this is like our most taken off year ever. I think I feel like it has been
Definitely this summer we've taken off
a lot more than
a lot more. Yeah, but
well, I mean, luckily for us, there really hasn't been that much
no,
going on.
like aside from games that we've been playing,
Yeah,
which we love to talk about, but news wise, really aside from the FTC trial, there hasn't been too much
no.
over the past few weeks. So.
I don't know, the Nintendo rumor mills are always spinning. So some people think that we're gonna get a Switch announcement this month, which I just think is crazy. Why would they not do that in June? I guess is my thinking. I think if we get a Switch announcement, it's gonna be September for like a.
Well, Nintendo likes July.
They do
for iteration announcements.
They
so
do
maybe,
like July, and I see where people are thinking, but I mean, because the Switch was announced in September, right? September of like 2016.
I think it was September or October.
Okay,
was when it was revealed.
Okay,
but
so yeah, I got a good feeling about September, but July. I mean,
hey, after Pikmin comes out,
there's nothing.
Nothing
when
until...
Is Pikmin next week?
No, it's this Friday.
It's this Friday?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my, okay, I gotta get it pre-ordered. Oh, man.
It's downloaded.
I'm pretty excited. I'm actually super excited for Pikmin. I love that demo.
That demo was pretty incredible. Like, it was like 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and your save transfers over to the full game. So it's like you're playing through the first couple of hours of the game. So really, it's just like you just got early access.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was like the 28th or something. Let's see. The 21st. Yeah, I thought it was the 28th, but 21st. No. Heck yeah.
Yeah, 21st.
Sweet.
4 days away. So we should see reviews within the next couple of days.
Probably on Wednesday. I would imagine that's usually when reviews hit.
Speaking of which, I put out a poll on Twitter.
I did see it, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Asked what people's Pikmin 4 review score predictions were, and 25% said 90 plus, 58.3% said 80 to 89, 16.7% said 70 to 79.
Okay.
0% said under 69 or 69 or under. So Harrison, what do you think this game's going to score?
I think it's going to be an 88.
An 88?
An 88, yeah. I think it's going to be... Yeah, my guess is 88, which is fantastic. But I can't see it... Based off what I've played, I mean, I can't see it being below an 85, but... Or 86. No. But yeah, I think 88.
I don't think a Pikmin game, aside from Hey Pikmin, has scored less than an 85. Pikmin 3 Deluxe got an 85. That one should have been higher because it's objectively better than Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, and that one scored an 87.
Okay.
But then you have Pikmin 2 at 90. I think Pikmin 1 was like 89 or something like that. So they've all been like pretty high scoring.
Okay.
For what it's worth. So I think you could be on to something.
What's your prediction?
I'm going to guess 86.
86. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Still really good. I mean, that's still amazing. So.
I mean, yeah, honestly, like anything like above 82, 83 would be super impressive.
Yeah. It really, when a game's like that, it just, there's something divisive about the game that someone doesn't like, and that's why it scores the way it does. So, yeah.
It's like, oh, it's too slow. Oh, I don't like RTS type games.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course you're not going to like this then.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's give the person that doesn't like these type of games a
let's
review.
put them on the job.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I'm definitely excited for this weekend then, more so than
hell yeah.
than I normally am for a Friday. So,
Dude,
yeah.
got Pikmin 4, then we got Oppenheimer and
Oppenheimer, yeah.
Barbie on Saturday. I mean, it's gonna be a packed weekend.
Yeah. Heck yeah. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we dive into what we've been playing and get into the news and stuff, talk about the Microsoft trial. I kind of know how your week was, Nick, but I mean, how's it been since I don't know, 2 weeks ago, since we last recorded?
Oh yeah, I guess it's been a while. I guess I was in Florida last time
Yeah, you're in Florida.
Last time we had our podcast. Yeah, went up to the beach and then hung out with our family. You know, did a lot of fun stuff. Went to Pirates. What was it called? Pirates Bay.
I can't remember what it was called exactly, but yeah, it was like for those who don't know, it's like a theme show, but this one's pirates, and it's really cool. Like you're in kind of like a Coliseum looking style, and it's got like it's kind of like a 3D play almost, because you can see everything. Yeah. But it had like this giant stage, which was, two pirate ships, and then like a ship in the middle, water around it. So people were diving in and out of the water. There were seals. There were
dogs.
There was a dog. Parrots. Yeah, there's dogs. It was way, way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah. I was genuinely blown away.
Yeah.
Multiple times throughout the show, and of course, Helen loved it.
Oh yeah,
it was all in.
Yeah, he had a blast, and I mean they started just like a 4-course meal. I guess I don't know if I call it 4-course, but it was like a drip feed of food. Like they started out with like half a chicken, and then was like, oh, here's some ham, here's a potato, here's some corn. But the food was pretty good. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, it was super fun. And then aside from that, me and Alicia worked.
Yeah,
most of the week until Friday. But you guys were beaching it up, and then on Friday we played some golf.
Dude, I had so much fun playing golf. I mean, it was super hot, but I had a blast.
Yeah. I need to come home one weekend, and we should all go to country club or whatever.
I'm definitely been sore the last couple of days though.
My hands, like my wrist, really just my hands have been sore from
my forearms are hurting, and like my, I guess, a little bit of my biceps. It's mostly my forearm because you're just kind of, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a blast playing golf. You hit some
bombs, some banger shots,
which was surprising because like I've never played a full round of golf like that before. Yeah. But once I switched to that different club, I felt like I was on a new level.
Dude.
So.
Yes, you're looking good. Looking real good.
But yeah, it was a good time. Definitely did not want to go back to work today, but all things considered, it was a pretty smooth day, I guess. But yeah, I was definitely not feeling it last night.
Yeah,
it's like, do I just quit?
Man, should I just
keep this vacation rolling? I mean, gosh. But Nick, I'm excited to hear about Dredge.
Yeah. I admittedly haven't played a ton since we last talked about it.
Yeah.
So I think I've done like the majority of like the main quests in the main area before you like go out to the other.
Okay. Yeah.
The other locations, and I really don't even know how to start that process. I'm assuming I just
have you been to the island with that guy that's like all secretive and stuff that's in the shack? It's like as soon as you like if you're coming out of the bay where like the main dock is and you take a right, there's that island right there.
Yes, and he gave me the quest to get the 4.
Okay, that's the main quest for the game.
Okay, so now it's on me to.
It's on you to choose where you want to go. Yeah, pretty much.
So how far do I have to sail to get to another area? Like,
well, I think there's 4 other areas. If you've got the map, right? Have you gotten a map? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should when you go into the quest log and click on it, it should have those pinpoints. And I think
okay,
I can't remember if it's kind of like Zelda where it's got the 4 and you just kind of go. I think it may guide you or tell you where to go first. But yeah, it's kind of on you to start and go.
Okay.
But I mean, you could just fish and just get money. I mean, you know,
that's what I like doing, man. Upgrade my stuff.
So have you gotten the kind of the upgrade for the ship yet. Like
Like, what do you mean? Like,
like
I have the
like
equipment that can actually dredge.
Do you have like this one of the supernatural upgrades though?
No,
Okay. Okay. You
but
should you should have gotten that.
wait, what is? Does it do something specific?
It does. It just makes your ship go faster.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you got that. Okay, okay, cool, cool.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
I've gotten or at least that one ship upgrade.
okay. Each
That you
like I
wanted
think
to.
each time you go to a new area, it gives you a new supernatural ability. So yeah,
Maybe I have gone to another area. Then I'm confused on how big the world is. Like,
it's
each section, is it about as big as the starting area, or do you think it's each section is smaller?
it kind of depends because like one section is technically bigger, I would say, than the starting area, but there's not as many places to dock. Like there's one section you go to where it's a really deep pit and you're supposed to retrieve something out of it, but there's something in the way that you have to get rid of. And that area is technically bigger, but it's a lot of open water too.
Okay.
And then there's like another place that's kind of the same size as the starting area, but again, it's more open water. But I mean, it takes maybe 5 minutes, or it's probably less than 5 minutes after you get the speed boost. But yeah, each place it takes you, it doesn't take that long to get to. The world's decently big, but I mean, you know.
So I guess for my reference, I had a quest where I brought someone from the starting area to like over to the left and dropped her off. Like, she wanted to start a new life. Was that considered?
No, that's just a random island. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to do some exploring then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that was because you just drop her off and like she builds a little home, right, and is there.
And then you could.
Yeah, that's just a little. There's like a bunch of like little islands that have like shipwrecks and stuff around them that you can dredge and get items. But yeah, that's just a random, not random, but that's just because it's not procedurally generated or anything. But yeah, that's just a little island in the sea.
Okay.
It's a pretty big game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to play more.
Yeah.
I did stay out too late.
Ooh, yeah.
The first time, and I was south of the main area, so I had to go around.
Yeah.
To get back into the cove, and this like huge monster came out of nowhere and attacked my ship, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like,
for those who don't know, because it's been a while since we talked about Dredge, it's a fishing game with like supernatural horror Cthulhu kind of vibes about it. And when you stay out too late at night, your character essentially kind of loses his mind and he starts seeing like eyeballs around the ship. So he's like seeing things. So yeah, I would highly recommend it to anybody that just loves fishing games, because I think it's a really good fishing game.
Yeah.
But then the story itself is really cool too. So.
And the upgrade system,
like
the upgrade paths you take they're really cool as well.
A lot like if you got, I know you're playing Stardew right now. It's kind of like Stardew in that respect, where you start out with nothing and then you get to appreciate the journey along the way, because then you get some really cool things and you're like, wow, I started out with pennies.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
So yeah, super awesome game. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, you should explore a little bit more and see, because there's some really cool fish you find and all that stuff. So
okay, I've been playing a lot of games with day and night cycles. Lately. Yeah,
and this one flies by too. It's like 5 minutes, the day's over.
So fast. And time. What is it? Time also moves while you're fishing.
It does.
When you're doing a catch. So it goes by pretty quick. Yeah.
I'm excited to check out the DLC. I don't know when that actually drops, like the final.
I think it's out, right?
Well, there's a couple. They have like a I'll have to check their Twitter, but they have like a timeline or whatever of all their stuff, and I think they had a couple of like tweaks and stuff that they were doing to the game, and then like full on story DLC is the last one within that timeline. I don't know if they're going to do anything else after that, but I'll have to double check it. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, okay. I have it up here.
But it's on sale right now. At least it was a couple of days ago. I don't know if it is anymore, but it was on sale for like half off. So it was like $15 or something.
Oh,
so
I
recommend it.
There's a new passive mode which caters to players who prefer a less intense experience.
Okay.
I mean that's pretty welcome.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
cool.
photo mode. Boat Point is coming in Q3 2023, which introduces boat customization.
Oh,
that
cool.
That might have been
what you saw.
I'm wondering if that was what I saw. And then there's Q4 2023, which is a paid DLC.
Okay. Well, I'll gladly put that on my, or gladly pick that up, because this game is like, there's a lot of games. Yeah, there's a lot of games. It's in my top 5 right now. There's a lot of games out there this year, and we got a lot more to go. So who knows where it'll land at the end? But yeah, I loved it so far.
Wait, sorry. Is there more Blackstone DLC? Is that familiar? Is that a separate thing?
Blackstone, it's downloadable content. It came with the deluxe edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
there's what it is. I can't remember exactly what it is, but when you go to that island, the Blackstone Island, where the mysterious stranger is, there's a shack to the right that you can't access, and that's what that DLC does.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not additional story.
I think it gives you like some extra goodies or something. Nothing crazy, just kind of stuff to get you started.
Gotcha.
But yeah, love that game.
Yeah, really like
Dredge is fantastic.
Yeah,
love the art style too.
Great. Yeah, it's a really great art style and just has a great feel to it. I think controlling the boat is like just feels really good.
Yeah.
You know.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I want to keep playing this. And then have you heard of Dave the Diver?
Dave the Diver. Is this like one of those like silly goofy games? It's like
no, it's not one of those like getting over
like Octopath Dad or Octodad or whatever it is.
No, it's
Dave the Diver.
I think it's only on Steam, but it's like a life sim game where part of it is you're running a sushi shop, and the other part is you're diving underwater and like searching for like treasure and fish and all this type of stuff. It kind of reminds me of like a 2D Stardew Valley a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Combat. Yeah, more focused on combat and exploration, and then of course you have like the sushi restaurant.
What is it? What is it on?
It's only on Steam right now, but it's coming to Switch later this year.
It's not on there now?
No, it's not.
Okay.
If it was, I'd have picked it up by now.
Yeah, IGN gave it a 9.
Yeah, it looks pretty incredible.
What so I'm so sorry if you said this. Are you playing this on the PC or Mac?
No, I want to play it.
Oh, you want to play it? Okay.
Thinking about Dredge just reminded me of seeing like videos and reviews of this game.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to keep my eyes on that one because, you know, love a nice cozy game. That's what IGN put it in.
Game.
Put the category in.
Yeah. I love a good indie. Love a good indie game.
Was Phoenix Wright considered a cozy game?
Phoenix Wright, like the courtroom.
The courtroom game. Is that?
I guess it's cozy. You kind of play it at your own pace.
Is Minecraft a cozy game?
No.
It's number 1 on this guy's list.
If you play creative mode, maybe. But
yeah. Stardew Valley's up there.
Oh no. Yeah, Stardew. I would not even consider Stardew a cozy game.
Well, it yeah. I mean, it can get intense. I've never actually played Firewatch. I need to play that game. Spiritfarer. I need to finish that. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, sorry.
Well, okay. No, quick question. What makes a cozy game cozy?
I guess just something like I don't know. I mean, it's got its own. They've got its own like showcase now on Summer Games Fest this year.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know, man. Like an indie game that you can kind of that's not necessarily super intense on combat, maybe.
Mhm.
Like like Dredge is almost kind of a cozy game, I would say, just because it's very. I mean, it can get like kind of
Okay.
spooky, but it's also like very.
Like you can play it at your own pace.
You can play it in your own pace, and you can kind of. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Is that what kind of makes a cozy game? It's like you can play it at your own pace.
I think so.
But
Yeah,
isn't that every game or every single player game?
yeah, but I mean, yeah,
I mean, I would almost call if like if you're to look at Stardew Valley, and sorry, this is a huge tangent, but if you're looking at Stardew Valley versus Tears of the Kingdom,
yeah.
isn't Tears of the Kingdom more of a cozy game because you can literally play it at your own pace, whereas Stardew, you have a timer. There's a clock counting down,
I mean, you're onto something
counting
here,
it every day.
Nick. I think Zelda might be the most coziest game of all time because I mean,
Yeah,
you can just
you
don't have to
do
fight
any
it at all.
combat unless
All right, so this just to break it down a little bit, this guy, Thai guy, Travis, I don't know who this person is on IGN. Let me see. Did he review this? Okay, so Travis Northup from IGN. He's the one that reviewed um, Dave the Diver. So his list is stuff like Katamari Damacy, like Farming Simulator, Unpacking, Donut County, Pokemon Snap is considered a cozy game, I guess. Which sometimes I feel like that could be pretty intense though, because like you're like, oh, I gotta, but
I gotta get this picture.
Dredge is on there, Cozy Grove is on there. I've heard of it, but I've never. Oh wait, that's the Isn't it like the Harvest Moon game kind of, but it's got with spirits or something? I can't remember.
I think it's like pixel art.
Sims 4 is considered it, I guess, according to this guy. Entitled Goose Game. But Minecraft is number one, so I don't know. And Phoenix Wright is number two. So I don't know, man. I think you can just kind of if you want to lump it into a category, you can.
Whatever makes you relaxed while you play.
Yeah,
I guess you consider it a cozy game. Harrison, what's your cozy game?
Bramble the Mountain King. No, not really.
Way to bring it in.
Yeah. I finished Bramble. I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago when I played it when I first played it, but yeah, I thought the overall story was pretty good. It's really dark towards the end of the game. Pretty like I guess not what I was not expecting, because I mean Nordic folklore is pretty dark. But it takes some turns where I'm like, oh gosh. But really good. Again, not much as far as puzzles go in the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I beat it in under 5 hours, something like that. So very very short game. Again, if you like stuff like Little Nightmares, I highly recommend it. It's on Game Pass, so that's
nice.
where I would recommend, because I think it's $25 or 30 by itself, and there's not really much replay value unless you want to collect some of the collectibles in the game. There's like these little statues that you can find. There's no, other than just collecting, there's no I don't know, no reason to, I guess, other than if you want the achievements. But yeah, really great game. It's on Game Pass. Highly recommend it. It's very short. It's a pretty looking game. It moves and feels just like Little Nightmares. So if you don't like that kind of not janky, but kind of like heavy jumping, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very heavy feeling game.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as Little Nightmares, and it's not as there's some points in Little Nightmares where it's hard to tell where you are in the environment, and I've fallen off a lot. There are a couple spots like this in this game, but nothing too crazy. And all the boss fights in this game are pretty cool looking.
Oh, there's boss you're not like actually fighting a boss?
Well,
right?
so you very early in the game, I think I talked about it like a couple weeks ago, but you get like this ball of light and you can throw it, like you aim it and throw, but it's kind of like an auto lock on. It's very very auto lock on heavy. So you use that during the boss fight. And the final boss fight is super cool. So yeah, great game.
Nice.
I thought I enjoyed
check
it.
this out.
Yeah.
I haven't jumped into Game Pass in a minute, so I need to.
Yeah, I'm kind of right now. I think Zelda just sucked all of the life out of me as far as like big games go. Because I just have no desire to play like Star Wars, and I really want to, but right now I'm just holding off. And I mean, it's July. I'm obviously gonna pick Pikmin up, so maybe August I'll try to dive in and finish it before Starfield comes out. Because what else? Does anything else come out in August? It's just Pikmin. It's just Pikmin's in July, and then that's it, right?
Let's see.
Like nothing really starts until September, and then
September
it's just nonstop.
Every single game comes out.
Yeah.
Let's see August real quick. Oh, Armored Core.
Oh, okay.
Comes out in August.
Is that a day one for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's day one, and then Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars. Okay. Yep.
Which I'm pretty interested.
I need to play the demo, but I've been kind of in the mood for a JRPG style game. So
if Octopath 2 goes on sale,
you might pick it up.
I think I'll pick it up.
I feel like it just did go on sale, but maybe I was wrong.
Actually, it might still be on sale. I think it might have been like $20 off or something.
Yeah, that's still too much for me.
Right? Like $40 still kind of feels like a lot for a game I don't know if I'm gonna really love.
Yeah, and especially I didn't beat the first one, so it's like I don't want to. And I'm sure I'll like it, but
yeah,
I don't want to risk it.
Now, if it was on Xbox and we could game share,
yeah, or if it was on Game Pass, which I guess that's always a possibility, but.
Because the first one eventually came to Game Pass.
It did, yeah. It was. I think it's still on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish stuff like that had like cross saves. So
I know. I hope Vampire Survivors has cross saves.
Ooh, that would have they confirmed that? I don't think they have.
I mean, it's fine,
but still, it'd be nice to have it.
Yeah.
Nick, Stardew Valley. You've been playing some more?
Yeah, you know how we do. We just been playing a little bit. I haven't played in a few days, so maybe we're falling off of it a little bit. But in my personal farm, I still have a lot I want to do. So
okay,
I'm still motivated.
Nice.
It's still really fun.
Yeah, it's a great game.
It is pretty chill. Like I know earlier I said the clock's always ticking, but in reality, it doesn't matter when you do things.
No,
it's okay.
Yeah, as long as I feel like it's good to go into once you get your stuff set up. It's good to go in with like a set mind of all right. Today I'm doing this. Today I'm doing this. Today I'm But also just do whatever. Explore.
Yeah, explore. Go to the mines. Go to other mines.
The children, they yearned for the mines.
They yearned for the mines.
When you want to dive into some news?
Let's do it.
Cool. Let's go ahead and switch over, and then we'll dive into the news.
Okay. We'll be right back. Well, that's new.
Yeah, we are. We're back here. Behind the scenes stuff. We use not usually. We use Zoom as our remote conferencing, and they just, I guess, over the last since we last did a podcast, they introduced, because normally it's 40-minute sessions, I think, that you get, and then
you just jump out and jump back in,
and now they just hit me with you got to wait 9 minutes between sessions now, unless you upgrade.
Man, there's cooldowns now.
Yeah,
because you're playing Xenoblade.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna have to
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we were using Discord before, and it was giving us problems. So
Yeah. So we might have to look into something else.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So if you guys got any recommendations, hit up us on Twitter and let us know. There's some good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the news here. Nick, we finally we're done with the Microsoft stuff. Xbox is getting
it's over. Everyone can relax now.
Yeah, we're getting Activision stuff on Xbox. Yeah, it's gonna be great. No, but they Microsoft has won its argument, I guess, whatever, against the FTC in that whole trial. So they beat PlayStation because it was really just a Microsoft versus PlayStation thing.
It seemed like
Nintendo is not, or at least the FTC tried to say that the Nintendo was not a competitor in this space, which is wild to me because they make a console and stuff and make games, so why wouldn't they be considered a competitor? But who knows?
Yeah, and the FTC even appealed, and that appeal was swiftly denied. So
yeah, I mean their argument just wasn't good enough, and get on the judge for kind of asking the questions and stuff like that. Because a lot of times you get these scenarios where, and she wasn't obviously super informative about every single thing, but you get a lot of times where these people just have no idea what the hell is going on and how video games work and stuff like that. That's most of the people in higher power just have no idea how stuff works. I don't know. It's going to the whole TikTok trial they had where they were asking, well, how does TikTok connect to the internet, and people couldn't understand how Wi-Fi worked and all this stuff. So
a lot of weird stuff comes out of these,
these court hearings,
electronics court hearings, and FTC didn't have a great case. They were kind of really just arguing on behalf of PlayStation when they should have been arguing just on behalf of general competition in the market and arguing for consumers, but that's not the approach that they took, and they lost. So
I mean, it all boiled down to Call of Duty. That was the big concern, and Phil Spencer went on record and said we want to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. In fact, prior to the trial, they offered an agreement, which they now have signed. Coming out of this, they signed Xbox signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. We don't know for how long.
We don't know the terms.
Yeah, we don't know the terms, or is it going to come to Xbox first, and then a couple of months later comes to PlayStation? We don't know exactly what's going to happen with that.
It'll probably be parity.
Yeah,
movie stadium content. I'm sure they had a lot of deliberation about that.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, you get Call of Duty for free essentially, right, on Game Pass, and then have it on PlayStation, have it cross compatible. So I don't know. I feel like now it's funny because they just mentioned Call of Duty, so all the other Activision properties and Blizzard stuff, who knows what's going to happen with those?
There's a lot of it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, anywhere between Guitar Hero, you've got Spyro, Tony Hawk. I mean, there's so many properties that
Crash Bandicoot.
Yep. Yeah. Hopefully there's a lot of stuff that Microsoft sees and Xbox sees that they can get some of their other studios working on these IPs that have been kind of dormant for the last 10 years, while Activision has just turned everything into a Call of Duty studio and a support studio for Call of Duty. I mean, look like Toys for Bob. They made Spyro, like the Reignited trilogy, and they did, what else did they do? Didn't they do Crash?
I thought they did.
Or was it Tony Hawk that they did?
No, that was it Vicarious?
Vicarious Visions, yeah.
Yeah, but they got turned into they got essentially shut down or integrated with other teams. So that would be the biggest hope, is that Microsoft pulls a lot of these teams out again.
Yeah.
And lets them work on something else aside from Call of Duty.
Yeah, I would love a modern take on like an old school Tony Hawk. if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I don't do not put any sort of live service anything in this game.
Just make it a Tony Hawk.
Although there could be some cool things. I mean, I guess that you could do because I mean, skateboarding is pretty social. So I'm not gonna poo-poo it the idea, but yeah, I would love to see Tony Hawk come back in a great way. I mean, we just got the 1 and 2 remake not too long ago, and that was excellent. So
yeah, those are really good. That was
and who knows what EA is going to do with Skate 4?
Yeah, that's been in like a closed alpha for a long time.
So
hopefully that comes out
probably next year, I would imagine.
Yeah,
but so yeah, I'm glad it's finally done. It's just been so obnoxious on Twitter, just seeing people lose their minds, and now that it's over, people are just losing their minds, and this is the worst thing to ever happen in gaming. It's like, no, it's not.
It'll be okay. I think
okay.
The gaming industry will be fine. And at this point, the only entity really blocking or holding back this deal from closing is the CMA.
Yep.
It's in the UK. And it seems like them and Microsoft are working to close the deal or working to, come up with a solution that allows them to close the deal in the UK. Because I don't think Microsoft wants to walk away from the UK.
Yeah, that's a lot of money on the table.
Wants that either.
Yeah,
especially if Call of Duty is owned by Microsoft or Xbox.
Yeah, they won't put it out on PlayStation over there either. So
yeah, that would be like worst case scenario, and I don't think that would happen. So hopefully this deal will close in the next few days or few weeks, and we can start to see some of these games on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just saw of course, everyone was putting up graphics and stuff. I'm just yeah, I would kind of like to play a lot of these Call of Duty campaigns that I missed
for sure
over the last 7 years, because I just was not interested at all in paying $60 for a game that I know I'm not going to play that much. So yeah, I mean, gosh, I've never played. I mean, Ghost and Infinite Warfare and all these other games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the newer one in Modern Warfare 2. I've never played those. So
yeah, those are apparently really good. Those campaigns.
So yeah, excited. I'm excited to see this stuff done. Excited to start getting some awesome stuff onto Game Pass. Mm-hmm. And keep it rolling. But Nick, you want to talk about the next topic? Speaking of Game Pass.
Yeah, speaking of Game Pass, and RIP to Xbox Live, but the Xbox Live Games with Gold $9.99 subscription that you have to pay for multiplayer. That's going away, and it's being replaced by Xbox Game Pass Core.
Yep.
Which is a light version of regular Game Pass. It's $9.99 compared to regular Game Pass, which is $10.99, but this version only includes 25 games.
Well, Game Pass Ultimate now is $17. It's $16.99. Yeah,
that's the one with Xbox Live with multiplayer.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. You said you're right. $10.99 for the basic console version, and then Ultimate is
Yeah. So for the core version, you get 25 games, and that includes games like Gears 5. I think Halo is on there. Psychonauts, a lot of really good, first party games, and then a couple of third party games as well. And then
I've got the list right here. It's Among Us, Descenders, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Elder Scrolls Online. Which I don't know if you have to pay for. I imagine to pay for a subscription for that. But anyways, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Wars 2, Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice, Human Fall Flat, Inside Ori, and The Will of the Wisp, Psychonauts 2, and State of Decay 2. So a pretty good amount of variety in this core subscription.
Yeah, this feels a lot like the PlayStation Plus collection that they did for the people who bought the PS5 and wanted to play those kind of classic PS4 greatest hits games. Except this one has 2 or 3 games cycling out every couple of months, I think. So there will be new games coming to Game Pass Core, but nothing like normal Game Pass, nothing in that same caliber.
Yeah, you don't get like day one stuff on there.
Yeah.
So
this is kind of weird because it's only $1 cheaper than Game Pass. It's like, yeah, that could be a lot depending on your circumstance, but it's 25 games versus hundreds.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you wouldn't go with.
I guess if you don't, I guess if you're like a multiplayer only person and there's not anything multiplayer in Game Pass that you want to play, it's weird, and it's also I'm getting to the point now where, because if you look, I've got the chart pulled up here underneath Xbox's Twitter, but so the core that we just talked about is $9.99. The console Game Pass, which is essentially core, because you get everything that's on core plus the hundreds of games. You just don't get to play multiplayer games. And then on PC, it's just $10 a month, $9.99. You get everything. You get Game Pass. You get multiplayer, obviously, because you don't pay for multiplayer on PC. And then Ultimate, you get to play multiplayer on console. You get to play PC stuff, cross saves, all that stuff, cloud. It's getting to the point where like paying for multiplayer on a console is weird to me. I just feel like it should just be free. Now that every game has, especially multiplayer games, has microtransactions, why not just cut out the core or cut out the console? I don't know. Just it's weird. I mean, I get why it's there, but I feel like they should just drop the console one where it's got. Or I don't know how they do it. Keep Ultimate the same, because you get a lot of stuff with that one, I guess.
Well, what do you get aside from online multiplayer?
Well, on the Ultimate,
you get Game Pass on PC and console.
Yeah, and the cloud.
Oh, you get cloud as well.
You get cloud as well.
That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, because you can play that way. You can play on your phone, cross saves, all that stuff. Yeah, I feel like they should just get rid of one of those. Like just combine console and core to and just drop the multiplayer thing and just keep it console. Keep it the console tier.
Yeah, I don't know why we're paying for multiplayer. It's
at this point
2023. We've been doing that since 2005, 2006.
Yeah, it felt special back in the day because it was like it's brand new. But now,
and now like every like PlayStation, like all of those subscriptions that you get that have multiplayer, they also have like a game catalog with them.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you just remove the multiplayer part, make that free, and then make it like a games catalog subscription service like Netflix?
Yeah.
And I understand if you did that, a lot of people would cancel because they're just playing Call of Duty.
That's the thing, though. It's like, yeah, that's what's kind of tying it all together at this point, because and they've got to have the statistics too, right? Of like, all right, how many people are just paying for Xbox Live Gold, never don't play any first party stuff, just play Call of Duty or whatever, just play Fortnite, which I think Fortnite's free. I don't think you need Xbox Live Gold to play Fortnite. I don't think you do. Surely they've got the numbers to where they think that they could potentially lose a substantial subscription. So I get it, but man, come on.
Whenever Call of Duty goes free, that's the end of paying for multiplayer.
Well, Warzone's free, right? And that's what people play.
Is it like I meant free as in like.
That's free. It's free to download and play. You don't have to pay for the game. You don't have to play for the Battle Pass.
But aren't there a few games on Xbox where you don't need Xbox Live to play multiplayer?
Fortnite, I think, is one of those. I don't know if Warzone's one of those or not.
I'm saying if Warzone / Call of Duty were to go in that direction, I think they're like the last big
multiplayer game.
Does Apex? I don't know if Apex requires an online connection.
It probably
or an online subscription.
It probably does. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird. I get why they do it, but it's just so weird.
Yeah, it's a weird choice. I understand like rebranding games with gold, because that was kind of lame. are pretty lame every month, having those 2 free games that were never great.
Yeah.
So
Because
I understand that, but
and it's weird because the consoles are paying more. Like if you could just go for the console tier, which doesn't include multiplayer, you're paying $1 more than PC is, and they get multiplayer included. And
yeah, so you're kind of getting screwed.
EA Play is not on the console tier. It's only on the PC tier, and it's only on the Ultimate tier.
See, that's kind of stupid.
So they're paying $1 more than what PC is and getting less features. So that's kind of shitty. But
yeah,
I don't know. But also PC people are probably playing. They're paying out the wazoo for their parts. So I guess it all
it evens out.
It evens out in terms of what people are spending. But yeah, a little weird. But Xbox Live Gold was kind of a dying tier anyways. It just felt like that. I guess not the tier itself, but like the brand, the name brand felt weird. At this point, like why not just make everything into Game Pass as the product, and then just have your tiers based off of that. So makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Everyone loves a tier.
Everyone loves a good tier.
Subscription tiers.
And the last up on our news here is the EU says the handheld devices, meaning like Nintendo Switch, the ROG Ally, and then what's the other one? The Steam Deck. Must have replaceable batteries by 2027. And I don't mean they're not meaning like like basic AA kind of batteries. They're meaning that you can open up your console without voiding the warranty, and you can actually just straight up replace your battery if you wanted to. Yeah. Look back in the old days of like cell phones, like before iPhones, where they weren't wrapped in this coating and or not coating, but they weren't tucked away in the in the phone where you couldn't access it. You can just pull the back off, go to the store, slap a new battery in, and you're good to go. So think about it in those regards. I think that's pretty cool. Well, I haven't had any personal experiences about batteries dying. I did have my iPhone battery die at one point, but granted, it was like 5 or 6 years old at that point. So, I mean, that's fine. But I haven't had anything modern like the Switch or anything like that have any battery issues. But I think it's good that that stuff is coming. But that's just the EU, so who knows where that's going to spread to? But we'll see.
Yeah, and this won't impact like current iterations that are out on the market right now. It's really only for newer generations of the handhelds that are coming out.
Yeah,
and I think ultimately it's a good thing. The regulation is that you should be able to, like you said, take out the battery with commercially available tools.
Yeah,
so like nothing proprietary.
Yeah.
Which, like you said, basically means it's not voiding the warranty if you take out a battery and replace it.
Exactly.
So that's definitely moving in a good direction. I wish they would do that with iPhones. I don't know if it's I don't think this is impacting iPhones, but that'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't think it mentioned anything about phones per se.
I think it was just gaming tablets, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess this is the
it says as reported by Eurogamer, the Council of European Union has unveiled a new regulation that forces all devices, including handheld game consoles, to come with replaceable batteries. So that iPhone would be in the market. But if like the US doesn't have that sort of same regulation, I guess they could have a separate SKU, or just alter the way they build them for the Europe market, which would be kind of weird. But Apple's a strange company, so who knows?
Because then like you'd want to get the
you just import the EU version. So yeah, I don't know how exactly that would work, but yeah, think of stuff like the Switch 2. Maybe we'll eventually have that down the line. If they do like I don't know. I guess it all depends on when the next Switch comes out. But that being said, Nick, I want to talk about a couple of next generation or mid-gen refreshes and get your kind of ideas on the big three stuff. We briefly talked about the Switch earlier. Xbox. Do you think we see anything this year or next year for a mid-gen refresh for Xbox?
No, I don't, and that's because they've already announced the 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
Series S.
Series S.
I don't think there's going to be any mid-gen refresh for Xbox.
I don't think anybody would be excited if they announced one. I mean, obviously, like as a tech enthusiast, it's cool. Like, yeah, like, you know, whatever, you know, the next thing is cool, but yeah, they just need to buckle down on games and get those things shipped. Get Starfield out, and if Starfield comes out and it's a masterpiece, give it to me. Lay it down and show me what you got. But right now, you know, they gotta show us what they got. They haven't
released a game that takes advantage of the current tech that they're on.
Yeah, exactly.
You
know? Which, I mean, same thing about PlayStation. I don't think there's been anything really, but so we already talked about the Switch a little bit, but do you think it's coming? Do you think it's like the next generation is coming this year, or do you think it's going to come 2024?
I think it's this year.
You think it's this year? Okay.
I think the Nintendo Switch Advance is coming.
The Switch Advance, God.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool name.
I mean, I'd take it.
Either the Nintendo Switch Advance or the Super Nintendo Switch.
See, that's what I would like to see, is Super Nintendo Switch. But they're not going to do it. It's going to be something stupid. Like
Nintendo Switch U.
Switch U.
Switch me.
Or, hey, call it the Switch back. That'd be cool.
Switch back. Oh, that's actually... Or don't even use the Switch name. But keep the same concept.
Yeah.
What's another word for switching?
I don't know. Change? I don't know.
Nintendo change.
Nintendo change.
Flip flopping. The Nintendo flop.
We really like the idea of Wii U. We want to
we want to emulate the
Nintendo flop.
Emulate the Wii U, just like a lot of people did. Because no one bought it.
Goodness. Yeah, I see. Part of me is like, yeah, that makes sense. There was a Pokemon stuff where they were gonna launch the update with the new hardware that they mentioned that kind of leaked.
Yeah,
I mean, they've already announced so many games this year for the holiday with Mario RPG, Mario Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they've got stuff that doesn't necessarily look like it needs a more powerful system, but
yeah,
I don't know. I guess if you could launch Mario Wonder comes out in October, so I mean, gosh, if that's gonna be a launch title, maybe they'll announce it in July, man. Maybe people are right. Who knows?
I saw like a fake leak that said the next Switch is called the Nintendo Switch Wonder.
The Switch Wonder.
Yeah, and it's gonna launch with obviously Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I guess that's gonna be like the tag of or the moniker for a lot of the games. I do not believe it.
No, that's kind of a terrible name, but the Switch Wonder.
The Wonder isn't a bad name.
I mean, no. I mean, for Mario, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, do you think they just call it a Switch? Have they ever named something 2? No, right? 64, GameCube, Wii U.
No, never a 2. They never do the same thing twice. Except, no, they never do the same thing twice.
Nintendo Switch Year.
Switch Year.
Oh gosh.
Rudy.
I feel like Nintendo has the most fun names though. Like, I mean, obviously PlayStation is just gonna be. It's just gonna be the next iteration. 3, 4, and then Xbox is like, all right.
How bad of a name can we give it?
Yeah, the Xbox One. You know, the Series S. Like, what is this? A car? Come on. What are we doing?
I think that's what they were trying to emulate.
I don't know.
Oh, a different model. You know, Series X, Series S.
They should have just gone with freaking like last generation should have been the Xbox 720,
and then the 1080.
Yeah, come on, man.
Stick with the vibes, man.
Stick with the vibes. Marketing, we got you.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation, Nick. Well, what's the deal with PlayStation? So they got the project. What is it? The Project Q coming out this year.
Yeah,
and that's going to be their $300 like cloud device. It's going to be $300.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive it's going to be $350, at least $250 or $300.
Yeah.
And so, I guess we don't know a lot about that thing, but do you have to be on the same Wi-Fi?
That was my understanding.
Okay, so you can't, let's say, go to like your friend's house, take that with you, and then access your PS5 like remotely outside of Wi-Fi. It has to be
on the same Wi-Fi.
It's like the dumbest thing. I don't know, man. It looks so stupid, and I kind of want one because it looks so dumb. But
it looks like they ripped the DualSense in half and just stuck those little controllers on the side of the screen.
I want to see somebody do like I don't know how they would do it, but I'm sure somebody could do it. But a video of someone with their PS5 controller, and they're like, "Man, I really got to take a dump, but I really want to play Spider-Man 2." And then they're just like, "Oh wait," and then they just like tear the controller in half, and like a screen magically appears, and then they go, "Telling you, marketing, we got you. Spider-Man 2, let's will it."
Hire us. Yeah, this thing's dumb, and Sony has a tendency to do like worse copies of like Nintendo consoles later down the line.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the Vita. Well, the Vita was pretty good. What am I thinking of? PlayStation Go.
But the Vita was also $400.
Yeah, that thing was egregiously priced.
And that's my problem with PlayStation is like all their stuff is so overpriced. Like that thing was like $400. Their I think their SD cards weren't they like proprietary?
Yeah, they were proprietary.
So like, and they were like stupid expensive, like $80 for like 16 gigs or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just crazy stuff. So.
Yeah. Okay. It's streaming from your PlayStation 5 over Wi-Fi.
So.
It won't work on the Move. Oh wait. Okay. Maybe it does work.
So maybe you can take it. Maybe you can take it somewhere, but you have to have Wi-Fi to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it says really Project Q is about giving you access to your PS5 games around the house.
Okay. So it's not okay. They'll confirm it for us, but I'm sure it has to be in the same network, which is kind of utterly useless, I guess, unless you just want to play games in bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. Man, if they price it like $100 or like, and it's not $100, but like $150, I think that's a sweet point. I think that's fair.
Yeah, for a streaming device.
But 300, yeah, that's crazy.
No shot.
I don't know. They're so weird with their like the PlayStation, like what was it, PSP? I mean, it didn't do super well, and then the Vita was like a really great console, but it was overpriced. And it had a lot of good games. Like, it had a lot of like indie, like really good indie games and stuff like that. But I mean, they dropped support on it. They dropped support on it pretty quick, and they had like that weird PSP Go thing.
That thing flopped.
Yeah,
it was digital only, right?
Yeah, it was digital only, and it was really weird. It kind of slid out like one of those old school phones.
Yeah.
And then the VR, like I know the VR is like pretty solid, but again, just not selling super well. And I don't know if they're going to support this thing like next year. You know?
I mean, do they even have like any major games on the horizon for this?
I don't think so.
Like I know,
I'm sure that we'll have some stuff later down the road, but yeah, as of right now, there's nothing that we know about. So I don't know. I just don't trust them with some of this like smaller hardware. But I don't know.
yeah, you just can't trust them to continue support. Yeah, like they're still advertising Horizon Call of the Mountain
Yeah,
on their main page, Resident Evil Village, Gran Turismo 7, like all of these have
been out for a little bit. But I absolutely think that next year we're getting some sort of Slim or something like that.
yeah, I think so.
Which I'd be fine with because I'm still in the market for a PS5, but I would like to get a Slim version at some point. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about a do you think it's definitely gonna be a Slim, or do you think it's gonna be like a hardware boost?
No, I think it would just be a Slim.
Okay.
I don't think we'd get an actual mid-gen refresh like we did with the last generation. I think.
I'd just be mad. I'd be mad because there hasn't really been that many games that have pushed the hardware in any way.
Yeah, and that's kind of why like the release cadence for PlayStation and Xbox has been kind of so inconsistent. More so with Xbox, but PlayStation to an extent.
Yeah, because everything is still cross-gen, so up to this point. I mean, Spider-Man's what, the first true next-gen game that they've had?
I think so.
Like, I know Returnal was PS5 only, and Ratchet and Clank was PS5 only. But
yeah, but if Spider-Man 2 is the first
like
true
big like major party, yeah.
And when we're 3 years in, then I definitely don't think we should get a mid-gen refresh.
It's been, I mean, obviously COVID was a big major part of that, but yeah, it's been just such a weird generation where
like
usually now we're like, and granted, you know, I say this, but we're coming off, you know, one of the best years in gaming in a long time, but it's been pretty weak on the first party front for at least for Xbox and PlayStation. I think Nintendo's been kind of killing it. But.
Was Halo Infinite, was that Series X and S only?
No, it was on Xbox One. No, they canceled it. They canceled the Xbox One version. Yeah, it was Series X and S only. So.
Yeah, and then Starfield is only next gen, right?
Yeah, next gen only. It's next gen only.
Okay.
There's no way anything can run the Xbox One.
Might as well put it on the Switch at that point as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't talk about the Call of Duty's coming to the Switch too. So
yeah, they signed a deal, so they're.
I don't know how that looks because obviously it's not going to run as good, but maybe I mean I think we talked about it before, but there was like the Call of Duty 3, you know, whatever, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4, World at War, where they weren't the same exact game. They were they were slightly different. So maybe they'll do that with the Switch or something like that.
Honestly, just do like put the old games out. Put
like a
remastered versions of
that'd be cool.
Of World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 3, like that'd be fine. That'd be awesome.
That's the crazy thing too. Is like I don't know why Activision hasn't done that. Like at least like put Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 on like the Switch. Like
like you're missing a ginormous market of people who would play the games.
Yeah, I mean, I would
play the older games.
I would play those games again on the Switch.
Yeah,
and then especially if you put out 4 or something like that, and you put in multiplayer. I mean, that'd be awesome. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap up the show. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed the show. I feel like we had a lot of tangents this show, but hey, it's been a couple of weeks, so it's all good. But Nick, where can they? We haven't done it in a while. Where can they follow us on our socials?
You can follow us on Twitter at GamingWTBros. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at GamingWithTheBrosCast. And if you want to email us any questions, you can do so at gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com.
Yeah, seriously, ping us on Twitter or DM us on Twitter, or whatever, about a good podcasting, not podcasting itself, but just a good, I don't know.
Communication.
Yeah,
conferencing, a good conferencing.
Like, yeah, a good video conferencing app that we can use.
Because Zoom is starting to suck.
Yeah, Zoom is not where it's at right now. I've been tired of having to switch every 40 minutes for a while now, but I just kind of put up with it because it's free. But now I'm like,
this is the nail.
Yeah,
the nail in the coffin.
So, we will eventually do our Zelda podcast. I think we're aiming for it next week, unless something happens. But we're trying to put together a really good show for you guys, and kind of our final goodbyes to Tears of the Kingdom until the inevitable DLC comes out, and then obviously it'll come up again at Game of the Year time. But
and when it's on the next Switch.
Yeah, and so when we get the boost.
Yeah, boost.
Oh, stop. All right, guys. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.